Sup, fuckers? Welcome to Call the King. It's your boy Shane here. Welcome. It's been a minute. We got a lot to talk about today. Week 5. Yeah, week 5. Okay. Vikings beat the Jets in London. Ravens beat the Bengals barely in overtime. They almost blew that game. Jags beat the Colts barely. Dolphins barely beat the Pats. Why do I keep saying barely, bro? Alright, Commanders shit on the Browns. Jaden Daniels looking kinda nice, not gonna lie. Texans barely beat the Bills. Bears shot on the Panthers, no surprise there. Broncos beat the Raiders. Cardinals upset the Niners somehow. Cardinals. Cardinals are a sneaky team this year. I don't know, they're weird. Packers beat the Rams. Giants beat the Seahawks. Cowboys beat the Steelers. And then week 6, Niners beat the Seahawks. Thursday Night Football. Eagles beat the Browns. Week 6. Dog, week 6, we almost had our first sweep of the season. The only team we missed, I took the Jags against the Bears and they got blown out. Eagles barely beat the Browns. That was a rough game. Texans shit on the Patriots. Ravens shit on the Commanders. Wait, I read that wrong. Nah, they won by a touchdown. Packers beat the Cardinals. Buccaneers shit on the Saints. Colts barely beat the Titans. Chargers barely beat the Broncos. Steelers shat on the Raiders. Lions Cowboys. Oof. That was a rough game for the Cowboys. The Lions were out for blood in that game. 47-9. Hold on, what was the score at halftime? 27-6 at halftime. Jesus fucking Christ, that's insane. Alright, Falcons shit on the Panthers, Bengals beat the Giants, and then Bills beat the Jets. Week 7. That was last week. Silly me. Broncos shot on the Saints, Thursday Night Football. Eagles shot on the Giants, as they should. Jags shot on the Patriots. Bills shot on the Titans. Packers barely beat the Texans. Lions barely beat the Vikings. Seahawks shot on the Falcons. Bengals won by a touchdown against the Browns. Colts barely beat the Dolphins. Commanders shot on the Panthers. Jaden Daniels might be out this week, unfortunately. Rams beat the Raiders. Chiefs beat the Niners. Steelers beat the Jets with Russ's first start. Ravens beat the Bucks, and then the Cardinals beat the Chargers. And I'm already 0 for 1 this week because the Rams beat the Vikings last night. Man, I was literally thinking about, that was like one of the last games I was deciding on before I made my official picks. I was contemplating taking the Rams, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm like, okay, the Vikings, they could totally bounce back. And Puka decided, what was he activated? Maybe I think it was activated like an hour before the game. Basketball is back, and I'm excited. It's too bad the Sixers got blown out by the Bucks the other night. That was a rough game. Maxey fucking shot the bed. He's good. I love Maxey. You know me. He's good. He's not good enough to be a number 1 option yet. And that's coming from me. Maxey's biggest fan, but I don't know. I said Maxey MVP season incoming on my private story. Fucking troll people. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Where are we? Basketball. Celtics beat the Knicks. We got 2 TNT games to start the year. Celtics beat the Knicks 132-109. Fucking Tatum went off. I remember. He had 37 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists. Shot 8 for 11 from 3. Goddamn. Derek White went off too. Jaylen Brown had a really good game. Speaking of the Knicks, fucking Mikal Bridges. What is that? Why did you change up your shot for him, buddy? His new jump shot is so fucking ugly. Holy shit. I don't know what to say to that. Bronny played a whopping 3 minutes the other night. That whole thing just felt so fake. Played 3 minutes. Got a rebound. Missed a wide open 3. He might see some time for now, because the G League season doesn't start for a while, but he'll definitely be down there for a good chunk of the year. AD went off in that game though. AD had 36 and 16. The Lakers look like a completely different team with JJ Redick as the head coach. And I like that. I fuck with JJ Redick so heavy. I hope he succeeds there. I really do. And then Wednesday night, yeah, Bucks, Sixers lost by 15. Pacers beat the Pistons by 6. Hawks beat the Nets by 4. Magic blew out the Heat. Cavs blew out the Raptors. Hornets beat the Rockets by 5. Pelicans beat the Bulls by 12. Grizzlies beat the Jazz by 2. Suns beat the Clippers in overtime. First game. Clippers are 0-1 in their new arena. Warriors blew out the Trailblazers. And then last night, Celtics blew out the Wizards. Mavericks beat the Spurs by 11. Thunder beat the Nuggets by 15. That was a really good game until Nuggets sold in the second half. And then Timberwolves beat the Kings by 2. So, let me get this straight. A Clippers trainer gets fired. He's going to sue them for being wrongfully terminated. And he just exposed that the Clippers are using some illegal shit to treat Kawhi's injury. And the Sixers are being investigated because they want to take it easy with Embiid. Let that sink in. That's all I gotta say. Okay. Yeah, whatchamacallit? Nets play the Magic. Magic should blow them out. Hornets play the Hawks. Pistons play the Cavs. That should be a blowout. Pacers play the Knicks. That's going to be a really good game. Grizzlies play the Rockets. Bulls play the Bucks. Warriors play the Jazz. Suns play the Lakers. Pelicans play the Trailblazers. And I got to recap college football too. There's a couple. Okay, week 6. Oh, yeah. Week 7 was fire. Penn State was down like 2 touchdowns at halftime, came back and won against USC in overtime. Shout out Drew Allen, fucking beauty. Texans blew out Oklahoma in the Red River game. That was fucked. What else happened? Dude, Oregon, Ohio State, that was a really good game. Fucking Will Howard sold so hard for Ohio State. That was crazy. LSU beat Ole Miss in overtime. Bro, LSU made some fucking, I forget who it was, but after this game, some kid from Ole Miss wanted to transfer. Last week, there were a couple really good games. Tennessee beat Bama by a touchdown. Yo, Bama's such a weird team because they beat Georgia, and then the next 2 weeks after that, they lose to Vanderbilt and Tennessee. It's not Caleb DeBoer, but like, I don't know. They're weird. But Illinois beat Michigan by 2 touchdowns. And then fucking Georgia blew out Texas. That was a rough game. Notre Dame plays Navy. Oregon plays Illinois. Missouri plays Bama. Texas. Vanderbilt's 25 now. Okay. LSU plays Texas A&M. A couple good ranked matchups, not gonna lie. So I realized the other day, I don't think I've talked about college basketball at all. And that's crazy. Yo, March Madness, absolutely nuts. I was so high on Kentucky to the point where I placed a future bet on them in this last summer. 2023, obviously. They had such a stacked recruiting class, and then they fucking get blown out in the first round and make Cal leave. And then fucking Cal brings everyone who fucking committed to Kentucky or was already at Kentucky, brings all these heads over to Arkansas. I don't know, it's crazy. Arkansas, I mean, we'll probably ruin them too, but like Arkansas could do some damage for sure. Yeah, UConn won back to back. They're gonna be nice too this year. Fucking Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley declined a massive deal with the Lakers to stay at UConn, which was definitely a smart move in my opinion. Bama went really far. Yo, Bama, I think Bama's going to be the team to watch out for in basketball this year. I'm picking them to win the Natty. Because they got Mark Sears, who's one of the best players in the country, the reigning SEC Player of the Year. And they got a fuck ton of good transfers from all over. Obviously, Duke's gonna be up there too. Cooper Flag is a fucking dog, bro. And then they still got Tyrese Proctor, Caleb Foster too. And then UConn may have lost 4 guys, but like they still got a solid roster. I like Liam McNeely too. He could be solid for them. Fuck. What was the other team on? Kansas. Kansas is definitely gonna be in the mix too. Hunter Dickinson's a beauty. What was the last team? Oh, I don't know if they'll be like up there with the top teams, but a team to watch out for sure. Rutgers. 2 guys. Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper. That's all I gotta say. And scouts are saying Ace Bailey could fucking go toe to toe with Cooper Flag for the #1 pick this year. Thunder have the Clippers' first round pick this year, so the Thunder could win like 60 plus games and potentially have the first overall pick. No, I don't think the Clippers are gonna be that bad, but I think they'll be in the line. Because I said last episode, I don't think they're making the play-in. Oh, we gotta recap Pick'em too real quick. Hold up. Yeah, week 5 we went 10-3. Pat sold on us. Niners sold. Seahawks sold. Week 6, best week, went 13-1. Absolutely beautiful. Last week we went fucking 10-4. So in the first 7 weeks we are 73-33. I've already posted my official picks on TikTok. We don't need to talk about that much. We got a very special segment this week. It's called If You Bet on This, Call the Number. Got some odds for stuff I saw on Twitter. I saw something really stupid the other day, and that inspired me to make this a segment for today's episode. And it's funny because some of these aren't even sports related. Okay, first up, Anthony Edwards, next NFL team. Keyword, next. Like he's totally played in the NFL before. For sure. Anyway, Falcons plus 1,600, Vikings plus 2,000. Let's be real, if it was any team, it would be those 2 teams. Unless he's playing somewhere else by the time he wants to chase his dreams. And then Cowboys plus 2,500. Who cares about the other teams? But like, bro, if you're betting on an NBA player going to the NFL, call the fucking number, bro. Next up, odds for the next player to appear at a WWE event. This one, I'm putting this because I'm a WWE hater, certified at that. But Draymond plus 250, solid. Dylan Brooks plus 300. Why the fuck would Dylan Brooks pull up? Luka plus 500. What? Now, if anything, if you're gonna bet on this, you should be looking at Tyrese Halliburton plus 2,000 because I feel like all I see on Twitter is him talking about WWE shit. I don't know. That's just me. Next up, Lady Gaga's new album. You can bet current odds for Lady Gaga's album, Disease. Billboard Hot 100 debut. The Disease single to debut top 10, minus 2,000. Disease, it's single, not an album, my B. To debut at #1, plus 125. If you are betting on fucking Lady Gaga, call the number. I might make this a regular segment. I'm not gonna lie. If I keep seeing stupid shit like this might become a regular segment. I guess the Venom movie came out this weekend. Current odds for Venom The Last Dance, 1 month popcorn meat. Over 89%, minus 120. 89% or under, minus 120. Bro, they're the same odds. It makes no sense. What? Okay. If you are betting on a movie premiere, call the damn number. Next up. Okay. Last but not least, The election. Yes. Yes. I have seen a ton of election props. Yeah, let's bet on who's gonna be the next president of our United States. That's really fucking smart. What? No. Why? Which party? Oh yeah, this is what I saw. Oh, by the way, all these are Bovada, so never touch that website, by the way. Just a recommendation. Which party are you rolling with? Republican, minus 175. Democratic, plus 150. See, I don't want to talk politics here, but like, this is not, if you want to talk politics, this is not the podcast for you. Anyway, yeah, if you are betting on the election, call a number. This was fun. I think we make this a regular segment. So, I don't know if you've been seeing the little trend lately where on TikTok, post the most random ass player you could think of. Like I think I posted one. I'll put this in there. I think I posted one that was like the boy out. Former Sixers and I feel like everyone on TikTok is like that. Acts like they know shit about basketball. Is like 15. I saw a lot of polls. I've seen a lot of horrible polls, but I'm going to acknowledge 5. Just no particular order. Number 5. I got the NBA's biggest pothead, Michael Beasley. If you don't remember Michael Beasley, the NBA hated him because Buddy loved to smoke pot a little too much. Well, whenever he was on that court, he was a fucking dog, especially for the Timberwolves, and I think he played for the Heat for a little bit after LeBron. Pretty good shooter, too, I remember. Number 4. This guy had one of the most gruesome injuries of all time. Everyone thought he wasn't coming back from that. Well, and he was also the backup point guard on arguably the best team of all time, Sean Livingston. Like, I get it. These young heads might not know Sean Livingston, but like, him being the backup point guard on one of arguably the best team of all time, that alone, you should know who he is. That's just me. Number 3, I have one of the best, if not the best bench player of all time, Jamal Crawford. I'm not gonna mention this, but like I saw someone put Dirk Nowitzki as one. He claims he was just trolling, so we're not gonna count that. But Jamal Crawford, Jamal Crossover, he's an analyst now. I know he's an analyst now. I think he's on TNT now. I could be. In 2021, he began providing commentary on NBA League Pass, NBA TNT. Yeah, he was on TNT for a little bit. That's right. Yeah, Jamal Crawford, absolute fucking dog. When you think of stud bench players all time, him, Lou Will, and yeah, those are the top 2 guys. When you think of stud bench players of all time, I think Jamal Crawford has the record for most 6 Man of the Year awards, if I'm not mistaken. Yup, literally. Those 2. Him and Lil Will are tied. I rest my case. Number 2, I have one of the best shooters of all time who I think he just retired like a couple of years ago. Kyle Korver. Really? Really? Kyle Korver, one of the best shooters of all time, was an all-star one year. He was even one of the a very iconic, well-known story. He was traded on draft night for a copy machine. Like, come on. How do you not know who Kyle Korver is? For those 3 things alone. What are we doing here? Number 1. I have one of the shortest NBA players of all time. He was an MVP candidate one year, and then he got hurt, and that was the start of his downfall. Isaiah Thomas. Really? Really? Isaiah Thomas was a fucking dog for the Celtics. I hate the Celtics, but it's really hard to hate Isaiah Thomas. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Isaiah Thomas, absolute fucking dog. And then she was in the Kyrie trade, and it went downhill from there. Yeah, those are 5 horrible polls. Uh, if you see anyone like that, stop watching basketball. All right, it's redraft time, baby. We are at 2016. So I decided that we're gonna cap off at 2014, and then after that, we're gonna rank all the draft classes. So, all right, looking back, draft class is solid, but not as good as 2017 or 2018 on both sides. All right, let's do NBA first because I feel like at one. Oh yeah, if you're new here, pre-draft night trades. By the way, if you're new here, at one, I got the Sixers going with the reigning Finals MVP, Jaylen Brown. He's been he was a fucking dog last year. Uh, I think I think this is definitely a debatable number one pick. Him, Sabonis, Siakam. You could argue any one of those three, but I got Jaylen Brown here at 2. I got the Lakers going with one of the best bigs in the league who is in the new Netflix documentary, Demonis Sabonis. Absolute fucking dog. 3, I got the Celtics go instead of Jaylen Brown, since he's off the board, going with a guy who's traded near the deadline last season, was a fucking dog in the playoffs, Pascal Siakam. At 4, I got the Suns going with the absolute stud, Brandon Ingram. Much bigger upgrade from Dragon Bender. Oh god, Dragon Bender. I thought it was gonna be a dog. I couldn't have been any more wrong. You might have been one of the biggest busts of all time. Like deadass. 5, I got the Timberwolves going with a nice upgrade at point guard from Chris Dunn and Jamal Murray. Yo, he might be. Yo, not deadass. He might be the best non-all-star in the NBA right now. At 6, I got the Pelicans going with a guy who, up until 3 years ago, has arguably had a better career than most of the guys above him. But I feel like he's still top 10 for sure in a redraft. Ben Simmons. At 7, I got the Nuggets going with a guy who we talked about briefly earlier, DeJounte Murray. At 8, I got the Kings going with very solid point guard who is making a shit ton of money for no reason, Fred VanVleet. At 9, I got the Raptors going with one of the best shooters in the league at this moment, Buddy Hield. At 10, I got the Bucks going with a very solid backup point guard, Malcolm Brogdon. At 11, I got the Magic going with a very underrated center in Ivica Zubac. Yeah, I almost said Subac. I don't know why I said that. At 12, I got the Jazz going with a very solid wing, Karis LeVert. At 13, I got the Suns going with a very solid backup center, Jakob Poeltl. 14, I got the Bulls. Funny enough, they're going with the guy who went undrafted and they actually traded this offseason, Alex Caruso. At 15, I got the Nuggets going with a very solid wing in Malik Beasley. At 16, I got the Celtics going with the 4 in Dorian Finney-Smith. At 17, I got the Grizzlies going with a guy who went undrafted and got paid this offseason, coming off the best season of his career, Derek Jones Jr. At 18, I got the Pistons going with Darvin Ham's best buddy and Taurean Prince. At 19, I got the Nuggets going with a former Sixers legend, George Niang. At 20, I got the Pacers going with a guy who I don't even think is on a team right now. Yeah, not even on a team right now. Was on the Sixers last year though, Daniel House. At 21, I got the Hawks going with a legend's son, Gary Payton II. At 22, I got the Hornets going with a solid big and Juancho Hernan-Gomez, a.k.a. Bo Cruz. If you know, you know. At 23, I got the Celtics going with the guy who, he's weird. Like, he's a bust, but isn't at the same time because he's still in the league. Chris Dunn. At 24, I got the Sixers going with the guy, I think we either took him with this pick or at 26 for Ken Korkmaz. At 25, I got the Clippers going with a guard who had a couple solid years in the league, Bryn Forbes. Yeah, now it's just guys who are mostly out of the league. At 26, I got the Sixers going with a wing who was pretty solid on defense for a couple of years, David Nwaba. At 27, I got the Raptors going with the former Sixer legend, Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot. See, if we want to do random polls, this is if we're talking random polls, the back half of this mock draft, like the last 5 guys, this is what we're talking right here. At 28, I got the Suns going with a future Sixers legend, Dunk Don LeBron. He's back in the league now, Gershon Yabusele. Yeah. So I saw, ESPN on TikTok made a post about him. I see all the LeBron fanboys, they're like, oh, he's back in the league because of an AI-generated dunk. Clearly he didn't watch the game, but okay. At 29, I get the Spurs going with, a nice point guard. I think he was a one-season wonder, if I remember, Yogi Ferrell. And at 30, I got the Warriors going with the guy who I actually think went with this pick originally, if I'm not mistaken, Damian Jones. NFL time. Okay. This draft class is weird. That's it. At 1, I got the Rams. Call me crazy. I got the Rams sticking with Jared Goff. I mean, he is in the MVP race. And he was solid for the Rams. I mean, he had what? A couple down years and then got traded to the Lions. He's been balling since. I don't know. At 2, I got the Eagles going with arguably the best receiver in the league, Tyreek Hill. At 3, I got the Chargers going with a very solid left tackle, Laramie Tunsil. At 4, I got the Cowboys going with the front runner for Offensive Player of the Year, Derrick Henry. Yo, okay. You know what's funny? Jerry Jones, it's funny how I have him going to the Cowboys, and Jerry Jones said the other day, yeah, he wouldn't have been this good if we signed him this offseason. Way to dog your own team, buddy. At 5, I got the Jaguars going with one of the best D tackles in the league, and Chris Jones. At 6, I got the Ravens going with the solid edge rusher and Joey Bosa. At 7, I got the Niners going with one of the best corners in the league, Jalen Ramsey. At 8, I got the Browns going with QB this time around, Dak Prescott. At 9, I got the Buccaneers going with a very solid D tackle, DeForest Buckner. At 10, I got the Giants going with a guy who I don't even think he's on a team right now because of this whole scandal he's got himself into, and Xavier Howard. At 11, I got the Bears going with a solid D tackle, former Eagles legend, Javon Hargrave. At 12, I think I might have had him a little too high, but I don't feel like changing it. At 12, I got the Saints going with a corner here, James Bradbury. At 13, I got the Dolphins going with a very solid D tackle, Kenny Clark. At 14, I got the Raiders going with very solid safety who flopped on the Eagles, Kevin Dyer. At 15, I got the Titans going with a very solid guard in Joe Thuney. At 16, I got the Lions also going with the interior O-line and Ryan Kelly. At 17, I got the Falcons going with the guy who they signed this offseason, Justin Simmons. At 18, I got the Colts going with a left tackle here in Rodney Stanley. At 19, I got the Bills going with a very solid edge rusher, Matthew Judon. At 20, I got the Jets going with the guy who's out of the league right now, who was solid to start his career. Hasn't done shit in the past 5 years, Michael Thomas. At 21, I got the Redskins going with a very solid tackle, Jack Conklin. 22, I got the Texans going with a running back who's washed, Ezekiel Elliott. At 23, I got the Vikings going. I don't even know if he's on a team right now, but I have them going with a very underrated edge rusher who has bounced around from team to team recently, Yannick Ngakoue. At 24, I got the Bengals going with another solid tackle. Yo, there's a ton of stud O. I feel like this is a lot. Fuck ton of O-line in this class. Taylor Decker. At 25, I got the Steelers going with a guard here, Cody Whitehair. At 26, I got the Seahawks going with very solid linebacker here, Devondre Campbell. 27, I get the Packers going with very underrated receiver who left his team in the offseason, Tyler Boyd. 28, I got the Chiefs going with a D tackle here, DJ Reader. At 29, I got the Cardinals going with an edge rusher here, Leonard Floyd. At 30, I got the Panthers going with a corner. I think he's out of the league if I'm not mistaken. William Jackson. I think Leonard Floyd might be too. I could be wrong. And at 31, last pick, but I should have done this first because it was last picks. Anyway, 31, I got the Broncos going with a QB. Some good years. Then he's had some bad years since. Carson Wentz. Dun dun dun. Okay. I think now is a good time for our midseason NFL playoff and award predictions. So, yeah, because I feel like it. I say we do award first because why the fuck not? Sorry. I had to make a couple adjustments. So, I did quit originally as coach of the year, but a little teaser for my playoff prediction. Yeah, I don't even have the Commanders making the playoffs. I had them as a 7 seed, but I don't know. Coach of the year, Kevin O'Connell. Absolute fucking dog. One of the best young head coaches in the NFL. Everyone thought their defense was going to be the problem, but their defense is like nice. And he's made Sam Darnold look like an MVP caliber player. Who I had his comeback player of the year, but he's not even in the running for that for some reason. Which is why NFL needs like a most improved player or something. I don't know. That's just me. Comeback player of the year. Kirk Cousins. Big Kirk out. It's probably going to be him or Joe Burrow. And I don't know. I think Kirk Cousins has completely transformed the Falcons. Him or Raheem Morris have completely transformed things over there. Because the Falcons were, I thought they were going to be a playoff team last year, but they were pretty bad because of Arthur Smith, and they were lost in the sauce at QB. Now, bringing in Raheem Morris and Kirk Cousins, they look like a completely different team. Defensive Rookie Year. I had him originally preseason, and then I switched over to Dallas Turner, but Jared Verse. Goodbye, Aaron Donald. Bring in Jared Verse, because he's been an absolute dog for the Rams. He might be the future of the Rams defense. Apparently last night I saw Aaron Donald reached out to him. He was like, yo, like, dude, fucking tank. Offensive Rookie Year, Jaden Daniels. Commanders might make the playoffs, and it's because of him. And he has looked like an absolute born leader. Defensive Player of the Year, probably gonna be T.J. Watt. He's been an absolute dog for the Steelers, and reason why they're in the fucking playoff race, because him being an absolute dog. Yo, you know what's crazy? T.J. Watt might have a better all-time career than J.J. Watt. Like, when it's all said and done. It's crazy. Offensive Player of the Year, Derrick Henry. He's having the best season of his career. Just needed a change of scenery. He's completely transformed the Ravens. I don't know why I'm saying like that. The Ravens are already good, but like, all the Ravens needed was a stud running back, and they finally got one. MVP. I had CJ Stroud, but I don't know if he's in the running anymore after the last couple of games. I have a guy who I think this team will finish top and up there. Jared Goff. Yeah, crazy, right? Because everyone here, I think the top three right now is Lamar, who I don't see winning a third MVP, to be honest, but I could be completely wrong. Mahomes, who doesn't deserve to be in the running because he's not played good at all this year. The only reason he's even in the running is because the Chiefs are still undefeated, and they've gotten bailed out by the refs multiple times. So, Mahomes should be running. Josh Allen, he's up there, but he'll find a way to choke that. And that leaves Jared Goff. Yeah, Jared Goff, MVP. Crazy. Yeah, I'd Stroud here, but he's kind of fallen off the past couple weeks, and I don't know. Playoff prediction time. Let's do the NFC, so that's our conference. Number one, the Lions. I know Hutch is out for basically the year, but like, they've looked like the best team in the NFC North. It's looking like a team that NFC North is going to get the number one seed. And right now, I think the Lions are in the best spot to secure the bag on that. Two, call me crazy, Eagles. Yes, I know. We've looked so weird to start the year, but Cowboys have not looked any better. The Commanders are definitely going to give us a run for our money. Commanders could very well end up winning the division, but I don't know. I just don't see it. And the reason why I have us at 2 is because I think the other two division winners will have a worse record than us at the end of the year. 3, I got the Falcons winning the NFC South. Yup, it's going to be done with the Buccaneers, and I know I had the Buccaneers winning this week over the Falcons. I think the Falcons have an easier second half of the schedule, and I don't know. I think they're the better team here. Kirko's going to get the job done. Come on now. 4, Niners. The way it's looking, whoever wins the NFC West is probably getting the 4th seed, because I think they're all, barely above. I think the Niners and Seahawks are both barely above 500, maybe under, to be honest. I could look it up. Yeah. Fucking Seahawks are 4-3 right now, leading the division. Everyone else is 3-4. I don't know. Niners are a weird team. They've had a rough start to the year, but I just don't see the Seahawks. I don't see the Seahawks making the playoffs, to be honest. But yeah. So Lions, Eagles, Falcons, Niners. At 5, I originally had the team that lost last night, but last night made me realize after losing 2 straight that maybe getting the 5 seed won't be so easy for them. But 5, I got the Packers. Yeah. This is I think 5 is set up for an NFC North team. An NFC North team will for sure end up winning the NFC. I'm not talking playoffs. I'm talking like the conference, like get the first round bye. And I really like the Packers this year. Jordy Love, absolute beauty. I just traded for him in fantasy because he's been cooking since he got back. I don't know. Packers look pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's just me. At 6, even though they lost 2 straight, I got the Vikings. Yeah, Darnold, absolute beauty. I can't see them missing playoffs. With the way they started the year, like they have to lose like every game for them to miss the playoffs. I mean, it's possible. I just can't see it. I just can't see them missing the playoffs. I don't know. And then at 7, I was between the Buccaneers and the Commanders. I was back and forth here. But ultimately, I'm going with the Buccaneers. I don't know if the Commanders are there yet. Next year, they'll make the playoffs for sure. I just don't know about this year. AFC side. 1, Chiefs. I would be very surprised if they don't get the number 1 seed. I don't need to go deep into that. 2, Texans. They've looked very nice. I was between them or the Ravens, who I have at 3. The Texans look very nice so far. I mean, Stroud's had a rough past couple of games, but 3, yeah, Ravens, absolute dog. Ravens have looked nasty. Derrick Henry, offensive player of the year, front runner. Lamar, front runner for MVP right now. Ravens they're arguably the hottest. No, not arguably. They're the hottest team in the NFL right now because they started off 0-2, and I don't think they've lost a game in a minute. Yeah, and that leaves the Bills at 4. Listen, I mean, I thought for sure they were going to have a down year, but as it stands right now, the Bills have a cakewalk to winning the AFC East. And I'm still not buying them, but I just can't see them losing the division either. And then at 5, I got this is the team I'm most confident in getting the 5 seed. The Steelers. Whether if it's with Fields or Wilson, I am very confident this team will make the playoffs. They're arguably the best defense in the NFL. At 6, I got a team who has had a very rough start to the year, but has gotten hot recently. The Colts. I got the Colts making the playoffs. Even though I dropped Anthony Richardson fantasy, I think they're going to beat the Texans this week, and they're going to be rolling. I'm telling you, they barely missed the playoffs with Gardner Minshew, who has looked awful for the Raiders. If AR starts cooking, they gotta make it. And then at 7, I was back and forth between the Bengals and the Chargers. I had the Chargers here, but I don't know. I'm still not feeling them. Give me the Bengals. I know they also had a rough start to the year, but they've gotten pretty hot recently. To be honest, and I think whoever gets the 7th seed is gonna get potentially blown out for sure. Wild card round. On the NFC side, give me the Eagles over the Buccaneers. Revenge from last year. And earlier this year. Give me the Packers over the Niners because, let's face it, the Packers barely won this game last year when they were the 7th seed. I don't know. I feel like the Niners are set up to be a first round exit this year. That's just me. And then give me Kirko beating his old team, Falcons over the Vikings. And then the AFC side, give me the Texans over the Bengals. Give me the Ravens over the Colts. And then give me the Steelers over the Bills. Josh Allen, we know how Josh Allen is come playoff time. And also, Steelers defense is nasty. Divisional round. Give me the Packers over the Lions. Even if Hutch comes back for the playoffs or not, I don't know. I don't think the Lions will make the Super Bowl yet. Maybe next year. I don't know about this year. And then, call me crazy, but I almost flipped this. Give me the Eagles over the Falcons. And then the AFC side, Give me the Chiefs over the Steelers. Be very surprised if they lose this. And then give me the Ravens over the Texans. I wouldn't have the Texans win and get revenge, but I don't know. Ravens are nice this year. That's all I gotta say. Conference championship. Give me the Packers over the Eagles. Yeah. Call me crazy for having the Packers go to the Super Bowl. I feel like some fuckeries are gonna go down the NFC this season, come playoff time. And also, I don't think the Eagles are I don't think we're on a Super Bowl this year. I just don't see it. And then give me the Ravens over the Chiefs. Yeah. Come on. Like, with the amount of times they've gotten bailed out, I know they just traded for D-Hop. Oh yeah, they'll trade for Amari Cooper too, and fucking Devontae Adams is on the Jets now. I haven't done anything. I don't see the Chiefs going on a three-peat, to be honest. If you need the refs to bail you out multiple times, and the fact that Mahomes is having a down year too, I just can't see it. And then Super Bowl time. Give me the Ravens over the Packers. Lamar's the Super Bowl MVP.
So I just saw Christian Darisaul's out for the year, and kind of a massive loss for the Vikings after they've lost 2 straight. That being said, we're gonna switch things up a little bit. Instead of Kevin O'Connell, Coach of the Year, I have Dan Quinn. And so now the Vikings missing the playoffs, we're going to bump up the Buccaneers to 6 and the Commanders to 7. Give me Eagles over the Commanders instead. And then give me the Buccaneers over the Falcons instead. And then, obviously, divisional round, that changes things. And then give me Buccaneers over the Lions, because I think the Lions are going to be one and done in the playoffs. And then give me Packers over the Eagles. And then I still have the Packers coming out the NFC. Next.
Last but not least, a couple things. First of all, shout out Chelsea for winning Big Brother. Her game absolutely goated. She won 7-0, absolutely smoked MJ, as she should. Also fucking cooked her in the fucking jury questioning. Absolutely cooked her. Survivor, finally, fucking Rome's goofy ass got sent home. Finally, I fucking couldn't stand him. I couldn't fucking stand his ass. Ugh. Like, I wanted to like him because he was good TV and an interesting character. But he was just mad annoying and was going after the people I fuck with, so. Bad bitch. What else happened? Week before that, Sam and Sierra flipped on Annika. I was very surprised. You know what's funny? They flipped, kept Andy, and Andy's about to turn on them. Andy's about to turn on Sam and Sierra, and the preview looks like. So, Sam, you might be, I think Sam will win, but like, Sam, you might be cooked next week. I'm not gonna lie. Like, bro. Genevieve really cooked. She literally rallied the troops right before Tribal and was like, Keyshawn's kind of running the show over here. Let's not go along with what he's doing. Let's send his ass home. And Soul, who was pretty tight with him, was all for it. I liked Keyshawn, too. Free my man, he didn't even do nothing. He was just running the show. I did not expect that, though. That was crazy. I didn't think Genevieve had that in her. Next week, split Tribal. Already saw the teams. We got all of Tuku and Rachel on one side, which this could either be very good or very bad. Nowhere in between. Because, Rachel may be, like, the only non-Tuku member over there, but Tuku's been beefing. You got Kyle and Sue going at it, and then you got fucking Gabe and Tiana going at it, and then fucking Sue and Tiana don't really fuck with each other either. And then you got Caroline out here keeping the pack strong. But Caroline is also tight with Rachel, so I don't know, that side's gonna be interesting. And then the other team, you got the remaining Lavos, everyone else from Yada besides Rachel. And if Andy, it sounds like Andy's about to turn on Sam and Sierra, 1. And 2, if Andy finds out Sam had an idol and never said anything, Sam is so fucked. Like, Sam and Sierra are definitely getting split up next week for sure. Alright. I'm going to say, I'm predicting that Sam and the other side, I don't know. It's either going to be Tiana or Rachel for sure. I don't see anyone else. But yeah. That's all the time we have for today. Holy fuck, I got a lot of editing to do. Uh, that's all the time we have for today. And next time I see you won't be for a few weeks. And yeah, peace. Dude.